tonight. From Channel 27 in Madison, Jay Wilson. And to provide the color analyst will be Patty Butcher, the head coach at Ortonville. We're expecting a game of contrasting experience tonight.
That's really true, Jim. There are over 400 high schools in Wisconsin that have girls basketball, and there's only one team remaining that's undefeated, and that's Menasha. Patty, are they for real?
Well, that's right. Menasha right now feels they're a team that is not getting the respect that they deserve. Menasha's walking in 23-0, and the one thing that Eau Claire was talking about yesterday is they need to find a way that nobody else has to beat Menasha.
On the flip side of that, Eau Claire Memorial, a school certainly with great basketball tradition. They were here playing in the final last year. Experience has to be a big factor.
That's right. They were here last year. They know what the state tournament's all about. They lost in the final to Milwaukee, Washington. They didn't like it. From talking to the girls, they're calmer, they're more relaxed. They didn't like going home second last year, so they're ready to play basketball today.
We're ready to go. Let's have some fun, Jim.
Oh, it should be. Thank you.
Wilson and Patty Butcher back at the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse in Madison. We hope you'll settle in and enjoy tonight's two Division I quarterfinal games. Coming right up, Eau Claire Memorial against Menasha. Menasha, the only undefeated team remaining in girls basketball in Wisconsin. They'll get a good test tonight from Eau Claire Memorial. Right now, let's go for the lineups. Here's public address announcer Jack Rain.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 16th annual WIAA Girls State High School Basketball Tournament. Here are the starting lineups for this evening's first Division I quarterfinal. For the Eau Claire Memorial Old A's, at forward a 5'8" senior, number 42, Heidi Thiesing. For the Blue Jays of Menasha, at forward a 5'10" junior, number 34, Shelley Dietz. For Eau Claire, a 6-foot junior, number 54, Jenny Price. For Menasha, a 6-foot senior, number 50, Robin Cosell. At center, for Eau Claire, a 5'10" senior, number 34, Karen Moore. For Menasha, at center, a 5'8" senior, number 32, Carrie Hawkinson. The guards, for Eau Claire, a 5'9" senior, number 30, Stephanie Farrell. For Menasha, at guard, a 5'5" junior, number 22, Amy Ambrosius. A 5'6" senior, number 24, Julie Mueller. For Menasha, a 5'5" senior, number 30, Beth Gertz. The coach of the Old A's, Mike Reach. The coach of the Blue Jays, Gary Bass. The officials assigned this evening by the WIAA are Richard Cole.
He's on her toes right now.
I think we're all ready to go. Menasha will be in the white uniforms this evening with the blue and light blue trim. Eau Claire Memorial will be in the purple uniforms with the white trim. Jumping center, it will be number 50 for Menasha, Robin Cosell, and for Eau Claire Memorial, number 54, Jenny Price. We're set for a doubleheader of Division I quarter-final games on the WIAA State Tournament Network. We're glad you're with us, and hope you'll stay with us for two exciting games this evening.
Right now, you're seeing already some mind games, some tactics going on. Shelley Dietz goes to one end. They're taking more for Eau Claire, and they're matching her up with Dietz. Right now, they're offensing the jump.
Tip controlled by Price, and Eau Claire Memorial gets the first possession. 24 is Julie Mueller. 30 is Stephanie Farrell for the Old Apes. They go inside looking for Karen Moore. She's double teamed.
But if they had to go to their bench, Menasha feels they can go 11, maybe even 12 deep without even losing a step. They feel even if they go to their bench, they get some quickness.
Hallelujah. Julie Mueller hits with 5 seconds left. From half court, Hawkinson misses wide. We've played one. It's 4-3. The second inning coming up. Action in the 1991 WIAA State Basketball Championships will continue after these messages from...
Look at these stats. Not much you can say say too many bad things here, but 9% and 18% for both teams is not good shooting basketball. 1 for 11, 2 for 11. It's jitters. It's got to be jitters because we know these girls can play basketball.
It's the Eau Claire Memorial coach. That was Robin Pozell, number 50 for Menasha, who just came out of the lineup.
Eau Claire's pulling it out. They're looking for one shot. About 35 seconds on the clock. They're going to hold it, pass it around. Hope to get a good solid shot that they want.
Bensley, 24 is Mueller.
Menasha's in a man, sending the man.
Hawkinson started to chase, now gets back on Farrell. You see the clock.
10 seconds.
Farrell, Mueller, inside for Hannaford. Just like you draw it on the board.
Nice, solid basketball. Woo!
And that'll end the first half. What a second quarter for the Eau Claire Memorial Old Age. After 2, it's 26-9, Eau Claire Memorial. WIAA State Tournament action continues after these words from our statewide sponsors, Marshfield Clinic and Menards. This is your WIAA network station.
Good job, Purple.
Nice shot, James. Yeah, what do you do now? Pass it off.
There you go, girls.
Tom. Yeah.
Nice job, kids. I'll tell you, that's the importance of defense right there. We came out a little cold from the field. All of a sudden, our defense got us a bucket, and pretty soon we're right back in. A nice job. Bench did a super job, and the kids who had 2 fouls played real smart basketball when you got back in there. That's the way you have to do it. Sometimes that happens, you know, at the beginning of a game. You get down here, you start playing just a little too intense, and you get those fouls. Now you know what you've done wrong. Don't do that again. Okay, defensively, we are going to continue to put pressure on them, on and off, just to wear them down a little bit. Offensively, when we get the rebound, we want to get the ball out, give it a look on the break. If the break isn't there, pull it out just like you've been doing. Second quarter, we played our basketball game. And that's what we want to do the last 2 quarters. We know we've been here before, 16 minutes isn't enough to play. Got to play 32 minutes. So second half, we're going to play the same kind of game. Got that? Man-to-man defense, help, rotate down when the ball goes to the side. We got a couple steals doing that. One time we got hurt because the ball was down the side and we didn't get down to the block to help out quick enough. As long as you know where your girl is, you can come down and help and still recover. Putting a lot of good ball pressure out on the perimeter, and that's what's making it tough for them to get it inside. We want that same kind of thing. Now, if they start shooting from 3, we got to remember long rebounds. So we got to have our hands up, get a body on them, and then go for it. Don't watch a rebound. If it comes off the bracket, don't you be a spectator. You go in that direction. If the ball is going to the sideline and people are chasing it, you get to the sideline. Because if you hustle, good things are going to come your way. If they save it or we save it, at least we're there to get a chance to pick it up. So continue to hustle in the second half. Anybody having a problem out there with anything? Okay, then. Offensively, we're going to stay with the high motion. It's worked against their man, and it's worked against their zone. They're putting ball pressure out, and we're finding the open kids. Make sure we continue to look inside of that cutter if it's coming through, and we've done it a couple times. Doing a nice job of finding JP, because that's what they're doing. They're looking to double team, they're looking to collapse in the block, and Jenny's getting her shot there, and we're finding her. If they take that away now, then you've got to look someplace else. But we're going to continue to look there if they haven't taken it away. And the thing we can do, again, is be patient on the offensive end of the floor. They press us. We're in our 1-4 press attack. However, once the guard inbounds the ball to the guard and the post is not needed anymore, clear out. Guards, don't be afraid to take the ball to a seam if you see that. Again, we can waste the timeout. So if they put the press on us, we're coming up the side and we're in a jam, call a timeout. If you can't find anybody, call a timeout. The pass we want to stay away from is this one. The one that's more like a shot than a pass. We're getting it to the middle, boom, we're zipping the ball. Otherwise, we're getting by that defensive person. All right, so 1-4 press attack. Once the guard has the basketball, post kids clear out, get to the block. Guards, we want to run the basketball when we can. Push it up. They are stuck and win right now. They're going to come out a little fresh now after halftime, but we want to continue with the pressure. After we score in the third quarter, we're going to drop back into our 22 the first time just to match up, get our legs together. After we score the second time, we're going back to the 44. And I want JP or Katrina over the basketball, and we'll put Karen deep for this quarter. If you get tired and you need a break, then tell Karen. She'll go up there. What's that? Well, I want Karen picking up the loose person, whoever that is. Who's been inbounding the ball? Who's girl? And we did 24.
I just remember my girl was back there.
Okay.
So.
Well, then Karen will just pick up whoever's loose. If we find that, you got 3 fouls too, so it doesn't matter which one you're back. Either one is fine. Just remember, no dummies. Do we know how much time? Is somebody going to tell us?
I got it.
What's 4:12?
4.5.
Okay. Let's go. Let's put it together right now. Suck it up. Get the look in your face again, and let's play a good second half of basketball. 1, 2, 3, together. Let's go. Basketball. Basketball.
Take the whole thing. Just take the whole thing up.
Everyone grab it. Hey. Go.
You do it in the
We're back at the field house. Jay Wilson along with Patty Butcher. It was 4-3 Eau Claire Memorial after one period, but the Old A's turned it up a notch or 2 or 3 in that second quarter.
They sure did. They put on their press. They caused some turnovers for Menasha. They started causing some problems for Menasha. Menasha lost it a little bit. They started pushing too hard. Shelly Deed started taking it to the hole. She wasn't getting them the ball. Hawkinson was trying to get things to happen. They need to talk right now in their locker room about settle down. Let's play our game. Let's work as a team. Let's win this as a team.
And Menasha truly believes they are a second-half ball club, and they've got the stats and the numbers to prove that.
That's right. Through the season right now, they've come out in their third quarter is where they've won most of their games. They're a third quarter, second half team. I'm sure they're sitting in the locker room right now saying, hey, relax. We still got half a game to play, and we know we can play a half a game just as well as anybody else.
And they'll need a good second half tonight. We'll be back to take a look at the first half in a little bit. But now time for the York halftime report. Menasha held their own certainly for a good part of that first quarter and into the second, and they got a good effort from Shelly Dietz, who scored 7 points another way.
Right now, taking a look, they've got 9 points. She's got 7 of them. Shelly Dietz is a very hard ball player. She's going to try and get some things going in the second half. Taking a look at Eau Claire, they came out in the second quarter, and they were not intimidated by what Menasha was doing. They started taking the ball at Menasha. Here Menasha swinging the ball around. Here's Shelly Dietz, as we talked about. She's going to take it to the hole whenever she can. Beautiful shot for her.
Dietz has 7 of the 9 Menasha points in the first half, and they were excited for a while, but then Eau Claire Memorial really started to do things well, especially in the passing game.
Right, they started looking inside. They started taking it more in. Outside game started opening up inside. You have Mila take a shot. They're swinging it around. Now suddenly Karen Moore is going to be open for him. Nice shot, using the backboard well.
And Heidi Thiesing has been the big story. 4 for 4 from the field in the first half, leading the way with 8 points.
Very poised player right now. She's got her head up. She's looking for the ball inside. She's taking it up strong. Again, the bench, Hannaford comes in. We're seeing right now out of Eau Claire a lot of bench play. Their bench right now is scoring 10 points off the bench, and you love to see that coming into a game in this situation. Eau Claire got into a little bit of foul trouble right away. Their bench came in. They're doing the job for them.
We're going to take a look at the halftime stats now. Remember, the first quarter, the shooting percentages were 9 for Menasha, 18 for Eau Claire Memorial. The Old Aves go 10 for 13 in the second quarter. They're up to 50%.
Right, and that 50%, they were taking some outside shots. They were taking some inside shots. It was real tight inside. Karen Moore was not open. Suddenly it started taking the outside. You had their bench coming in, as we were saying. They had Bensley came off the bench, started putting up those shots, opening up on the inside. 50% is fantastic.
And turnovers only 5 and 4, and that's a pretty good number if you look at the big picture, that's for sure.
Right, and again, both teams are pressing. You usually see a little bit more turnovers when a press is coming at you. Rebounding again pretty even with 13 and 16, 100% right now free throws for Eau Claire, and they're doing a job.
Taking a quick check of the leading scorers in the first half. Dietz has been almost all of Menasha's scoring, as we said, 7 of the 9 points. And maybe a little bit of a surprise, Heidi Thiesing, who averages only just under 6 points a game, has 8 points so far.
Right. You're going to see right now with Eau Claire, you're going to see Karen Moore probably picking it up in the second half. And out of Menasha, Shelly Dietz is taking a lot on her shoulders right now. Hawkinson hopefully is going to pick it up. Kurtz likes to shoot those three-pointers. She could get them right back into this game.
Right now it's 26-9. Eau Claire Memorial leading at halftime. Action in the 1991 WIAA State Basketball Championships will continue after these messages. Won in 1983, so the old A's certainly looking at a possibility there.
About 30 seconds on the clock. Eau Claire's trying to hang on to the ball. Nice defense by Menasha. Nice speed, nice break.
Jody Bork with their first 2.
Putting some full court pressure on, trying to get something to happen going into the fourth quarter. They need that momentum right now.
Stephanie Farrell controlling for the old Age. Double team stolen away by Dietz.
Nice heads-up play. She's open. Give it to her.
Hawkinson to Bork. Can't get it to go down, and Hannaford rebounds at the buzzer. It's a 24-point lead for Eau Claire Memorial after 3. Action in the 1991 WIAA State Basketball Championships will continue after these messages from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Taking a look right now at the stats that we have, Eau Claire is shooting 54%, 30% from Menasha. Menasha improved a little bit with the shooting, but Eau Claire is just outstanding right now in their shot selection.
Again, Eau Claire with 18%.
And again, I think the loss for Menasha tonight hurts a little bit because it just wasn't a loss where they probably played their type of basketball.
Jenny Grucki made that basket, and the Rosato family in Eau Claire is saying you didn't mention our daughter's name. Number 12 is Andrea Rosato for Eau Claire. That's Carrie Stetson getting the foul, and will go to the line for Menasha. Again, they're still thinking that there's a game tomorrow, and you have to get in that rhythm real quickly.
As we said at the beginning, they know what it's like to go into the final and come up a little bit short.
Jody Nordheim rebounding the final seconds. And Eau Claire Memorial will move into the Division I semifinals. Final score, Eau Claire Memorial 55, Menasha 21. Action in the 1991 WIAA State Basketball Championships will continue after these messages from your local stations. This
Jay, Mike, what was going through your mind at the end of one quarter? As Jay said during the broadcast, it was more like a Brewers Twins score, 4-3 after 1. What was going on?
Well, we were wondering when the lid was going to come off the basket, I guess. I thought that we probably showed some jitters, first game jitters, but I thought after that, our defense kind of set the tone for us. We were able to get the ball to drop. I thought our bench in particular did a real nice job, and after that, I thought we played 3 good quarters of basketball.
Unlike the previous Division I quarterfinal game where there was a big spurt, you just gradually, relentlessly built up a big lead before anybody knew it. You were up by 20.
Well, I'll tell you, in support of Menasha, they had a lot of pressure on them coming in here, the only undefeated team. We had a couple losses. I always feel that sometimes you can learn a whole lot more from a loss than you can a close win or a blowout. And so, I'd have to say congratulations. They had a heck of a year, and we feel fortunate, and I thought we did play well. And we've shown that kind of patience over the last, I'd say 10 or 12 ball games.
Maybe it's an overused term. A lot of people want to be peaking at this time of the year. For lack of a better phrase, is your ball club peaking right now?
I thought we have in the tournaments. We were a little sick during regionals, but we managed to get through there. And prior to that, we were playing very good basketball, and I think that carried us through that. And then I thought in the sectionals, we played 2 real good ball clubs, and we did a nice job in winning those 2 games. So I think we're peaking at the right time.
Your options right now are to go out and get a nice quiet dinner or to stay around and watch the Janesville-Parker Beaver Dam game. What are you going to choose?
Well, I'm going to stay around and watch for a little while, and we'll keep a couple coaches back for the entire game. But, yeah, we're going to try to have a quiet night, get settled in, and prepare for tomorrow night's game. And we're just real happy to be in tomorrow night's game.
I'm going to ask you, I guess I don't expect you to answer, but who would you rather play, Beaver Dam or Parker?
All I can tell you is the team that I want in the game is there, and that's us. And we'll play whichever team wins. They're both outstanding clubs, and may the best team win.
Congratulations, your team played a great game.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
See you tomorrow. Again, Memorial wins. Back to...
We talked about Eau Claire's bench play, and they got a big game out of Thiesing, although she wasn't off the bench, but Thiesing did some very nice things. I think missed maybe one shot from the field.
I was impressed with Heidi Thiesing all night. She made some tremendous passes inside to Karen Moore and some other ball players. And again, she took it right to the hole. If you have a pass coming off,
Sparrow. And we're going to see some plays where Eau Claire Memorial gets some great passes for some easy shots inside, and that really was a big story.
Carroll did some coaching coming down the court. As we talked about, some of these ball players are really seasoned, know what to do. Number 52 taking the ball up, Hannaford. Hannaford had a super job off the bench. We talked about the bench play for Eau Claire. What a tremendous job they did. Shelley Dietz, premier player for Menasha. Again, she will take it in. She'll shoot the three-pointer. She's in, she's out. She's tough anywhere out on the court.
But Eau Claire Memorial spent so much time inside getting easy shots, and here's another one by Price.
It got to the point where Menasha was trying to stock it so hard to the guards that those in players, Price, Hannaford, Karen Moore, they were open, and give Eau Claire's guards credit. They got the ball.
Field goal percentage.
We started out the game with some incredibly poor percentages, but Eau Claire really picked it up. They ended up 52% for the game, which is outstanding. 19% for Menasha, and they just weren't getting the breaks when they need them anywhere on the court. 84% from the line for Eau Claire, 25% for Menasha. Again, the poor shooting for Menasha just is untypical for them. You had to feel for the girls. Eau Claire, they played like a state tournament team, and they just took it to them all over the court. Again, the free throws, pretty good for Menasha, outstanding for Eau Claire. Turnovers, again, were pretty down. You like to stay right around 15 with teams that run.
There you see the leading scorers. Menasha scored 21 points. Dietz had 12 of the 21. And Thiesing with 10 and Price with 10, but they got some good contributions from the bench, as you said. That really made the difference.
For Eau Claire, I mean, their big scores today aren't normally the big scores. Thiesing with 10, Price with 10. You didn't hear the names you usually hear, Farrell and Karen Moore.
So Eau Claire Memorial has a date in the division.
Dear Lord, thank you for the class we displayed. For playing the game the way basketball is meant to be played. For preparing for this game the best way we know how, by sharing everything we've done this year together, whether it's been in the hotel, on the practice floor, in the locker room, or out on the game floor. We know that you were smiling on us tonight, Lord, and we know we can walk through the halls of the hotel, and we don't have to say anything, and nothing will be said. Thanks again. Amen. 1, 2, 3.
Karen, hey, get one. They've got all weekend without a curfew now. They've got all weekend without a curfew now.
Me too. Ooh, 37 by 37.
You are one too. We were conferring that in our room that you
Oh, wait, who's we? Okay, let me. Well, listen. They're not. We'll hear. Okay, just a couple things.
It was time.
Okay, turn that off for just now, will you? Because really, it's elementary who wins that game. Because we know who they're playing, so that's what counts. Number one, we've been here before, and probably one of your greatest strengths is how you focus in on a basketball game. And I mean that sincerely. What you did to the undefeated team tonight wasn't a fluke, wasn't a happening or an accident by any means. It was your defense that took it to them, and you just showed them who could play the full court game and who were the better basketball players. And to be very honest, the better athletes. And that's why you won. But like I said, we've won that first game before. And we know what happened the first year. It was a very exciting win for us. And we didn't get ourselves settled down. And because of that, when we came out the second night, understandably, we were down on probably the energy level, not so much the desire to win. Now last year, we won that first game. We came back here, we got focused, we did the things we needed to do. We took the floor the second night and we were ready to play basketball. And we had a good energy level and we were focused in there. Now I know some kids are hungry and I want you to eat if you're hungry. But what I also want you to do is to be able to settle yourself down, each room, and I don't want one individual spoiling it for everybody, because I don't want to have to go to the rooms and put my ear on it. And I don't think I'm going to have to anyway. I think the Milwaukee tournament was good for us because we did focus in on each of those 3 games as well. So let's use that. Let's use our past tournament experience, and let's get to bed as quick as we can. If you're not tired, get a magazine, a program, a book to read, but let the other kids who are tired get to sleep. It's fun to win, but we got a long day tomorrow where we can have some giggles and some laughs. But tonight, it's time to get prepared for that game tomorrow by getting some rest and to get some food if you're hungry. So if some of you want to order pizzas, I have no problem with that. But I want you to do it right away, and I want you to get it in, enjoy it, and then get yourself settled and tucked in for the night. Any questions? Yeah, the only other thing I want to mention is I was really happy for the kids who did get some interviews from papers and things of that nature. But we know that that don't mean anything. In fact, I invite that. You've earned that. You kids, I think that's great. And some other kids, maybe later on down the road in another season, will have that opportunity as well. But keep it tonight. Forget about it in the morning. Remember, we don't read headlines because we want to make the headlines. So we got to make sure we remember that too. I would like to see the pictures though that you got. Okay, nice game, everybody. Okay, so if you're going to get certainly had a good second half and looked real impressive in their second half. We didn't go over to the field house. We kept the kids kind of laid back and taking it easy, and we watched the games on TV. And sometimes, you don't get the exact feeling that you would if you were right there, or a true feeling if you were right there. But, you got to give Heartland a nod. It's simply because they've got a lot of experience. But, Green Bay Southwest, I thought, they played a nice ball game too. So, I think it's a toss-up right now. I guess you'd have to look at maybe Beaver Dam being the Cinderella of the tournament with, the big win over Janesville. And we kind of know what that's like when we beat Heartland a couple of years ago. And those kids are going to have to get to bed and settle down and forget about the game. And that was one of the things we had trouble with 2 years ago. Right now we got our kids sleeping. So, we hope that that's going to help us. And that was a real emotional game for Beaver Dam. But they got a lot of spunk, and we're going to have to, go at them and play the same kind of defense we did tonight and show the same kind of patience on offense. Yeah, I know. You just can't. That's right. Well, thanks, Hayes. I sure appreciate that and the support we're getting back home. And, the crowd was really vocal tonight. I thought our fans did a great job at helping us get through the first round.
Boys. Wish your boys good luck.
Yeah, and one other thing, Hayes, we want to wish Coach Nick and the boys, a lot of luck tomorrow. We'll be thinking about them, and hopefully we both can have good news to share with each other tomorrow night.
Hold on.
That's good. All the girls with makeup on this end.
Yeah.
All the girls without. Okay.
I heard you're some guy bought Kevin breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah, like that one.
You bet before the game.
Karen.
Did she hear me if I talk?
They're like, well, yeah, the guy actually showed up and bought a breakfast.
Say that.
Karen, can you hear me? Go through. Just tell her to stand by this door.
Get dressed.
That's right.
Karen, open the door.
Now all you underclass people learn from this. Don't make me stand. We got a rule. And we didn't have to stand up. Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Good. Okay. When we go over there, we're going to practice probably for about 40 minutes. We'll just run through what Beaver Dam does. They're similar to Everest in that they like to push the ball down the floor. They like the wide open game. The only difference between them and Everest is that they will let the ball fly from any place, especially number 23. And number 11 will, and 43, I think, one time shot up a three-pointer. So they like that wide open attack. I thought what hurt Janesville was that they got caught up in that same kind of game, and when they came down on the offensive end, they were doing the same things. You know, that's one thing we don't want to get caught up in. We want to take that away from them, and then when we go down, we want to work for a good shot, just like we did last night. I thought that was probably our strength. I don't remember us forcing any shots. I don't remember us overlooking what could have been a good shot either. I thought we really ran our offense well. You know, showed a lot of patience and a lot of experience, and that's what we would expect. So we're going to start with just drill moves like we did yesterday, have some shooting, then we're going to work on our zone attack. They play a 2-3 zone, and they also play a 1-3-1, similar to what we practiced against Menasha. Well, they'll put that baseline runner, and for Beaver Dam, it was at number 23, their shooter, down in the baseline. She looks to front of the post, and the wing girl has to get corner and side. So it's something we've already worked on. They also, when they 2-3 zone, more on 11 side than 23 side. 11 would drop down and try to front at the post, much like what we practiced against DC Everest. They never played in that zone, but that's something we do. 23 doesn't, because 23 takes off down the floor. So they'll look to outlet, 55 in particular, would turn and look at 23. That's who you'll be on. So if they go to that zone, we got to make sure that after we get it through our attack, that you find 23. She's probably going to go to the sideline. But we will recover back and help you out. So for example, if you penetrated and you're going to the bucket, we're going to get back where the top guard is, just like we talked about before. If we've got Julie in the corner, then we've got to have the top guard ball side. They didn't take the shot, but Julie took the shot to rotate back on defense. Then we'll work on our press attack a little bit. They ran a little diamond one with 23 on the ball, and it was more of a helter-skelter. It was hard to pick up the diamond because it looked just more like a roving man. Then we'll go through their offense, which you probably know most of it is just to get the ball in there as quick as possible, and then they're out of bounds plays. We'll come back here after that, and might be more relaxing if we just stay here and watch the game on TV. We can just kick up our feet, and Lombardino's does have cream of broccoli soup on their menu for today, and we can go over there then later in the afternoon and have a meal before the game.